Good morning, everyone. Chris here again with PuraClean Emergency Property Restoration out of Lexington, North Carolina. And we're on this very large water loss out here in Clemens as a follow-up to the video that I filmed and posted last week. I want to show you how to cut off the water in your home in case you have an emergency. And there's two ways to do that. The first and most simple is either at your well pump. If you're in the county and you have a well, you can cut the breaker or go to the well and cut that off. Or two, if you're in the city, you go to your water meter at the street. Now, in order to do that, you need to know where your water meter is first. And normally it's close to the street, and you can locate your water meter by finding a cover that looks something like this. Brandon's filming, so he's going to show you. But the cover is usually something metal like this here. And inside you have your water meter. Brandon, film that water meter right down here so you can see the water meter. Now, Brandon, if you can, pull back out and show everyone what this key is. In order to cut off a water meter, you may be able to use a pair of channel locks or an adjustable wrench, but the best way to do it is with what's called a curb key. This is a curb key, looks like a T handle, and you can pick this up at any hardware or big box store in the plumbing section. So you take your curb key, and there is a quarter turn valve, which is right here. Now this is off. This is in the off position. If we wanted to turn it on, we would crank this open. So that's on. To close it, you go clockwise. Open is counterclockwise, close is clockwise, and open is counterclockwise. And we're going to try to go inside and locate a main cutoff for the house. I don't think this house we're at has an actual main cutoff to the line, but we'll take a look and I'll show you where you could typically look to find one in your house if there is a cutoff, a main water cutoff. All right, so now we're going to try to find the master or the main cutoff to the house. Each house, unfortunately, is a little different, and it all depends on where the builder or the plumber ultimately decides to put the cutoff, if it has one at all. We've been in plenty of homes that just simply don't have a main or a master cutoff for the water. Now I'm going to end up putting my respirator on because it's an unhealthy environment inside, and Brandon's going to follow me. But hopefully you all can hear as I talk, and I've asked Brandon to stay close so you can hear through my respirator. This is a two-story home, and what we would expect to find in a typical house or an average house is that when we got the cutoff to the street there, the main, we would want to trace the line coming into the house, and hopefully that main would be somewhere in the garage or somewhere easily accessible. Now in this house, we haven't found one in the garage, and the water heater to the home is upstairs. So what you're going to see is what I think is the main to the house, because the PRV, the pressure relief valve, is also up there. So we think that that's the main. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We could be wrong. We're not going to turn the water on to find out if that indeed is it or not. But this whole purpose of the video is just to give you an idea of what to look for. If you have any questions, you ultimately want to consult with your builder or ideally a plumber on where that pressure relief valve is. So I'm going to go ahead and suit up real quick. And Brandon's going to follow me in the house. As you go through the house, you'll be able to see some of the damage that this water's caused a little more in depth. I'll ask Brandon to pan around as we go upstairs to the water heater. So you can see the living room. We showed you this in the video last week. All this water damage and the active mold growth on the walls and what's left of the furniture here. We're going to start to walk upstairs now and we get Brandon to follow me to that water heater. At this point, we have, I'll let just Brandon show you, we have moved the family out of the house. All the contents are gone. Both upstairs and downstairs. So let's take a look at this water heater. find the hall light here. Sorry about that. Okay. Here is the water heater. This is upstairs, second story in a hallway. And what I think this is I think this is our master cutoff to the house. So Brandon, take a look over there. Unfortunately, I can't get the door open anymore, but this looks to be your supply line. You see the arrow. And this is a pressure relief valve that holds back the pressure to the house from the outside main. This is your cold water coming in right here. This is your hot water going out. So in an ideal situation, if we were to close this valve in an emergency, this should cut the water off to the house. Now there's no way of knowing if the plumber did this after he fed the water downstairs, or if this indeed is the first point of contact, this water heater, to the supply line for the house. So at your home, go ahead and take a look and make sure you know how to cut the water off to your house. And if you have a valve, a master valve, go ahead and know where that is in case of an emergency. All right, so once again, thanks for joining us and watching our weekly video. We'll keep you posted as more videos, as we post more videos about this house and as we progress in cleaning up this water and the mold damage. I'm Chris with PureClean, the paramedics of property damage.